Welcome back. You're watching live from Paris on France 24. Let's find out what all the French journalists are rabbiting on about here today. James Creedon's here for that. And there's just one thing that they're talking about tonight, isn't it? Nicolas Sarkozy is seeking re-election. Quelle surprise. We didn't see that one coming.
Can I just show you a headline in Le Monde this evening? Let's just check out the computer for this absolutely shocking headline that no one
really came out of the blue.
It just came out of the blue. It was a breaking news story. All of the agencies, nobody was expecting this. Nicolas Sarkozy is officially a candidate for re-election. All right, I'm obviously being ironic. That is the most obvious headline, the most anticipated headline of the year so far.
They've had that one typed up for weeks,
haven't
they?
They had this article written, just a few little gaps in there to be filled in.
And how was he on TF1 tonight?
That's right.
Alongside Laurence Ferrari, I believe.
That's right, who wouldn't be the news presenter most known for grilling Nicolas Sarkozy. So he chose a format, TF1, a private news channel, a private television channel, that was quite classic. There was nothing particularly unusual about the way in which, the style. I suppose in terms of the content, just to give a quick synopsis, he used the image of being a captain of a ship, and he said, would you abandon ship in the middle of a storm, in the middle of stormy waters? Of course you wouldn't. You would want to kind of see the country through the crisis.
Interesting metaphor given the latest recent events in Italy.
I think, who knows, maybe it was sort of, he realised that would be in the public consciousness and that no one would want to see a ship abandoned. In any case, this is an image that has been used in the past, also to explain why French presidents leave it so late in the day to announce their actual running for re-election. They want to kind of stay at the, I suppose...
At the helm.
At the helm, exactly. And because there's a lot of work to be done when you're president of a country. He also unveiled his slogan, La France forte, a strong France.
Compared to François Hollande. Did he have a hand movement to accompany in it?
Le changement c'est maintenant is his slogan.
Le changement c'est maintenant is François Hollande. Did Sarkozy have his own version of that?
No hand movement just yet. No hand
checking.
movement just yet.
Right.
But perhaps most importantly, François Hollande has been sort of dubbed as flamby, or he has had this image of being a little bit, I suppose, soft in the past, or a little bit weak. So Sarkozy is certainly trying to choose an image that would contrast with that.
Now, maybe I'm overanalyzing, but La France forte makes me think of Forza Italia, which was Silvio Berlusconi's party in Italy.
And do you know who else it reminds us of? Well, I'll show you this just as we're on the topic. Giscard d'Estaing, who ran for the president in 1981. He was the only sitting president in the Fifth Republic not to be re-elected, and his campaign slogan was actually very similar to Nicolas Sarkozy's, which La France forte also appeared in his slogan. So perhaps it might have been better to avoid any similarities with Giscard d'Estaing.
Okay, now it's been a busy one for Sarkozy. Not only did he have to prepare for this interview, he's also been getting to grips with Twitter.
That's right.
Twitter. Not the easiest job for anyone. Sorry, Eric.
Twitter and Facebook. It's been a big day for him. Now, this is his Twitter account, his official Twitter account. He tweeted for the first time this morning. It created a lot of controversy, actually, because within 10 minutes he had 800 followers. By 10:45 a.m. it was up to 18,000 followers. In just 12 hours, he had accumulated a third of the number of followers that François Hollande has had on his Twitter page for a much longer period of time. Now, what people have been saying, in fact, is, why are the numbers boosted? Now, nobody has officially come out with that, but François Bayrou, the centrist candidate, his communications guru, tweeted this. He said, one follower out of every two in Nicolas Sarkozy's page doesn't have any followers himself. So there is a certain amount of speculation as to whether the numbers were boosted, which is something that the private sector does quite a lot, actually, to increase the sense that, a company or, a brand has a lot of support.
And, of course, tweets don't necessarily mean votes, do they?
Right.
So you can't always count on that either. Now, what about Facebook, that other... multimedia nightmare? How's that been going?
Not just Twitter, but Facebook has been getting a lot of attention today with Sarkozy. He remember the infamous timeline that he unveiled last week. Now, it was a new Facebook page. He already had another Facebook page, but this time it was a snazzy Facebook page with photos and showing his political history and videos and the whole lot. Now, L'Express magazine are wondering whether or not Facebook is actually behind Nicolas Sarkozy, supporting Nicolas Sarkozy, whether or not they actually provided technical support for him when he was actually putting that Facebook page together. Now, François Hollande's campaign have actually contacted Facebook. They wrote a letter saying that it seems that what would you say, support was provided for Nicolas Sarkozy in putting that Facebook page together that wasn't provided for the other candidates. So, which would amount to, I suppose, an unfair...
bit of help desking.
Exactly,
possibly.
And on the Facebook payroll.
What about Sarkozy's ex-wife, Cecilia?
All right,
She's
well,
been on
the top tweets today on Nicolas Sarkozy are worth looking at. One was from his ex-wife, Cecilia Attias. Now, this was, of course, a major drama at the beginning of his presidency when he divorced Cecilia Attias, and the remarriage. It was a lot of drama. She actually said good luck to Nicolas Sarkozy starting his campaign today. That was a tweet in English earlier today. Now, the top tweet before that, rather bizarrely, showing that Twitter is not always something that is serious, and it was from a fake account by Elizabeth Windsor saying, "Dear President Sarkozy, you didn't give me a Valentine's
One
card."
doesn't seem to have received your Valentine's Day
Right,
card.
there you go.
Oh,
That's
dear.
not really Elizabeth. And it shows that Twitter is not something, that is being used merely
You
by
can't take
strategists. It's also being used by frivolous people making jokes.
Frivolous people, indeed. All right, James Creedon, many thanks indeed.
Thanks, Laura.
That's it for Media Watch. Now, no strangers to new media herself, Lady Gaga has launched her own social network. The American singer wants to talk directly to her fans. Take a look. It's time for Web News.